morning, everyone. Mountain Man back with you. Today we're going to build the 72-hole strawberry tower. Do it yourself, easy. I'll show you how to cut the parts out. I built the prototype the other day. I don't know if you saw that on one of my shorts or not. I just ran up here, got the materials. We're going to head back down to the shop. We're going to do some measurements. We're going to build ourselves a strawberry tower. Of course, you can put anything you want in it. You can put flowers in it, tomatoes, strawberries, a mixture, whatever makes you happy. That's the most important part. I kept my materials, the pickets, in my truck so they wouldn't get wet. It's been raining here for 6 days, which I'm not complaining. We need the rain. We're going to come up here and get the shop open, do some measurements. We're going to get at it. At least it's not raining. Boy, it's only like 65 degrees. It's humid. I'm not complaining. We need it. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to get the shop opened up. We're going to get busy. Everybody, that's Mountain Man. Made it back to the shop here. Got the prototype out of the way, so we have a little room here to work. What you're going to need is a couple 2x4s, pressure treated. You got these pickets, these fence pickets you get at Lowe's. You need 12 of those. You're going to need a tape measure, pencil, of course. Whenever we go drilling those 72 holes, you're going to need a bigger drill. That's just something like you would drill a doorknob. That's all that is. Punch right through that wood. It takes some time, 72 of them. Just a good handy drill you can use when we get to screwing this thing together. You can use 1-inch screws, actually 1.5, 1 3/4, 2-inch. All of them are going to work great because those pickets are only 1 inch wide. So that'd be great. Maybe a level if you want to level things up. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to cut. I'm not going to have you watch me cut all these boards. What we're going to do here, we're going to cut some these pressure treated 2x4s. We're going to cut these to 15.5. We're going to join them all like that, make our inside of our frame, and we'll start putting some boards in there. We just get at it. I'll try to make it as simple as possible. Here we go. Thank you. Guys, like I said, I've been cutting these boards at 15.5. So whenever we join them, we're going to have 17 inches, 1.5 2x4. That's going to be our infrastructure for our tower. When we put our boards on there, I'll show you how we're going to do that. We'll end up at 18 inches wide because we're going to stagger them. I like to just take my board. I've already cut one of these, put it on here, just put a mark on the back. Doesn't have to be super accurate because, we're not building a church. All you're going to need is your saw here. Boy, it lined up just perfect. Beautiful. Those 2x4s are beautiful. They had at Lowe's. Nice and wet. They'll be easy to work with. Whenever they dry and get hard, they're a little bit easier or harder to work with. The screws don't want to go in them. Boy, these babies are going to suck some screws up. I'm going to cut one more board here for you. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of them out. I'll get back with you when I start putting these together. There we go, lined up just perfect. Beautiful. Gang, I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these boards. I start putting them together. I'll get back with you. Mountain Man, over and out. I'll be back with you. Everybody, I got the boards cut out. I'm putting some together now, building this little frame. It'll be your inside frame. You need 3 of them, one at the bottom, one at the top, one in the middle. So what I like to do, I like to use a clamp it down so my boards aren't flying all over the place. I like to start a couple screws. On this frame, these 2x4s, I'm using a 3-inch screw. That's where a lot of your strength's going to come from. See if we can't get these in here. If you look real quick here, these are 15.5-inch boards, 1.5 inch 2x4. Well, this one is laying on top of this 2x4, and this one is buttoned up against this one. That's where you get your 17 inches from. So on this one, if you look, this one is sticking out a little bit further. When you set this one here and put them together, there you go. You're going to be about as square as you're going to possibly get. And I'm going to put a clamp on that, move it out a little bit. A couple of these nice big screws. I'm going to go ahead and screw this one. Like I said, we're not building a church, so you don't have to be too crazy careful. You do want this to be square. We end up with this. Nice, beautiful square. I got to do that one yet. Anyway, this is what you're going to end up with. In a minute here, I'm going to get set up. We're going to start putting this thing together. You guys hang in there for me. Appreciate it. Mountain Man out. Guys, back with you. I've got all 3 of the core of the tower built. I put the two ends on here, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. This thing is actually 6 foot, so I'm going to measure down here 3 foot and mark this. Now I'm going to put this center brace right in the middle. Grab a couple of screws here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact, but it should be close. That's your 3. You put this baby together, put all the sides on there, it's going to be really, really sturdy. I'm going to put a few more screws in here. I'm not going to bore you with me putting all the rest of the boards on here. What I'll do is, now I got that on there, I'll flip it up and do the back side. And what you do, you just keep on along, putting your boards on here. Whenever I get it built, I'll stand it up, and then I'll show you. You can put as many holes in it as you want. I like to go with 72 because you got plenty of room to work with. That's normally what I work with. I work with 72. You can do as many as you want. You know, if you do too many more, it gets too busy. Mountain Man's going to sign out here for a minute. Gonna get this thing put together and stand it up, and then I'll be back to you. Mountain Man out. Everybody, Mountain Man back. This is what we ended up with. Gonna do a little walk around here, 4 corners for you. Man, it turned out nice. I'll tell you right now, those 2x4s, it is heavy duty. I'm gonna tell you, I had a little wrestling match getting it on the ground by myself. Anyway, it is sturdy. It's going to be awesome. The fun part starts. All I gotta do is I'm gonna measure. You gotta measure so your holes fall just right, because you don't want to hit that middle brace. If you look real close there, you can see where the screws are. There's the screw hole, so you can see what you're working with. Measure down there. You know, just have to measure to see where it matches up with your boards and where your braces are, so you're not drilling into them, cutting into them whenever you're making your holes. Now the fun starts. I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna show you how I drill a few holes, and I'll show you what we end up with. Mountain Man out. Thanks, everyone. Mountain Man back with you. I've got my holes positioned where I want them. If you build one of these, you'll see whenever you do your measurements, you have to do a little bit of math. I had a little head scratching, but now, anyway, because you don't want to drill a hole through where one of your braces is. So this little calculation came out pretty good. Drop down 7 inches on the top here each side, and then went every 11 inches, and it missed those center screws. And on the other one, I dropped down to 12.5, and then just went once again 11 inches, and it turned out just perfect. So I'm going to drill a couple holes here and show you. You want, like I said, you want to get a pretty sturdy drill. You just put it on here. There you go, went right through it. Now the only thing that slows you up a little bit is every time you get here, it went too far. You've got this, and you've got to take a screwdriver and get that out of there. Anyway, I'm going to drill a few more holes, and then I'll show it to you. When I'm done, 72 holes later, we'll stand it up and see what it's going to look like. Then on another video, I'll show you whenever I actually put the strawberries in. That's going to be a process where I'm going to mount it somewhere nice and sturdy, make it level, and start putting dirt in it. When I get up to the first holes, then I'll plant some strawberries, put dirt in, go up to the next holes. That's how I do it. And sometimes people, I guess you could fill it all the way up and then stick your strawberries in there. I prefer to do it the other way. Mountain Man out. It's getting late. The sun actually came out for 5 minutes. You have a wonderful evening. Mountain Man out. Hey everybody, Mountain Man back with you. I ran out of time last night. We're back at it today. I got my orange, it's really humid out shirt on. I wanted to say real quick that I did a bunch of little clips yesterday. I didn't know which one was a video or which one's going to be a short. I think I like shorts better. Anyway, I'll figure all that out eventually. I'm new at this, and then we'll get her done. Anyway, this is what it looks like with got one side done with the holes in it. Turned out beautiful. I'll get into more detail if you need me to on how to space your holes out. I'm going to drill the rest of it out. I got 72 holes. Then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. It's humid. I'll get back to you. Mountain Man out. Hello, everybody. Mountain Man back here with you. 72 holes later. I'm going to do a little walk around here with you and show you what we ended up with. And then I'm going to take it outside, take the torch to it. I'll show you what I'm going to do. It seals the wood, and man, it makes it look great. Anyway, I'm going to swap you around here. The end product, 18 holes per side, and that gives you 72. Sometimes my Math is not exact, but I think it's right. Man, right, what we end up with. What I'm gonna do, one more step, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go out here and put the torch to it, and then when I'm done with that, I'll show you that. And the next time I see you, we're gonna be planting some strawberries in it. Mountain Man out. Thank you, everybody. Mountain Man back here with you. I've got it outside now. I wouldn't recommend doing this inside. I have a hose handy over here just in case. I'm going to take the torch to it. I'm going to show you how beautiful it also seals the wood. Okay, there you go. Now it gives it that nice rustic look, and it also seals the wood. Beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, and then the next time I see you, we're going to be putting dirt in here and planting strawberries. Mountain Man out.